Hey friends, this is Amy with Stick with the Plan. Today I'm talking about being delightfully thankful. And let's make a cherry delight. Stay right here. So glad you joined me today. Now I'm talking about being delightfully thankful. We're going to make a cherry delight. This was one of my mom's favorite to make. It was also came out of my nanny's little cookbook that she gave me. But, I was just thinking about this is Thanksgiving week. We're celebrating being thankful. And when you look over your life, you'll see the goodness of God, man. It'll cause you to get happy. How fitting to make a delightful, my husband Jay called this cherry jubilee. We call it cherry delight in our family. I don't know what you call it, but you will love this recipe. It's easy to make. And you can think about maybe you have one similar in your family that you make. To make a cherry delight, we start with 1 can of crushed pineapple. Now this has to be well drained. If you don't drain this, you will find that it becomes so runny, you won't have a good pie. Thinking about my mom, she's the one that taught me this recipe. She had the great idea when I was in college as a freshman. I had to do a demonstration speech and for one of my classes as a freshman. And she said, hey, why don't you make a cherry delight for everyone? And she bought the little individual pies for my class. So we had like 24 little pies. And I stood up there and I made this. And my professor, I think he was Professor Higgins, he said, oh, every good Baptist knows how to make a cherry delight. So he was used to these at his church. So I was like, oh great, maybe he likes it, I'll get an A. And then you're going to have your condensed milk, just 1 can. You pour this in. I love recipes that are easy and you can just pour everything in, just a can. You don't even have to measure anything. You've just got a can and a can and a can and a can. This was one of our favorites. And my mom went on to heaven, but that first Thanksgiving that she was already in heaven, I went to both sets of my grandparents and I began to thank them. Instead of being so sad that she wasn't there, I got so thankful that I had a mom that loved the Lord, that took me to church, that brought me up right. She knew how to love her family. I thanked my nanny and Pat, her mom and dad. I said, thanks for teaching my mom how to love. And we cried. We just got so thankful for our family. And I went to my dad's mom and dad, Thelma and Howard Bailey, and I told them, thanks for taking my dad to church every Sunday. Thank you for investing in him and teaching him right so he could teach me right. And I was just so thankful to have God in our lives. And this is a can. You're going to take a can of your cherry pie filling and pour this in. And we're going to mix this up here. I love the color of the milk and the cherries together. Looks like a cream cheese cake. You pour all of that in there. You're going to fold in your Cool Whip, and also if you'd like to, if you can in your family, it calls for, the recipe says, a whole cup of crushed pecans. I use a half a cup just because I'm not that much of a nut lover, but you can pour this right in. You're going to fold in also your Cool Whip. This makes for a really light and good recipe. When you think about the Word of God in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starts in 16 saying, rejoice always. 17 says, pray without ceasing. And verse 18 says that we are to give thanks in all things, in everything. Now this looks like a mess now, but we'll just begin to stir it. And I thought, that's the will of our Father, that we get real thankful. Instead of thinking about what you don't have this holiday, maybe who's missing or who's not there, you just get thankful for what you do have. There's always someone going through a more trying time than we are, and I get thankful. Then when I go through prayer requests and praying for people online and friends that need help, Lord, I know you're going to help them, and thank God that you're our answer, that we're not without hope today. No, we've got hope. And know as you see your family today, that you can bring them hope. You can be the answer. You can be the delight that they need. We're making cherry delight. I looked up that word delight. It meant excessively pleasing. I thought, wow, I like that too. You're pleasing. It's attractive. Can you be delightfully thankful? Yeah, your thankfulness will attract the blessing of God to you. In Jeremiah 30:19, it says that thankfulness was found in their mouth and the Lord increased them. He didn't leave them small. He didn't diminish them. No, when you're thankful, the blessing attracts to you. Being delightful is attractive. People want to come and hang out with you, find out what you're laughing about. When when you get thankful, it just makes you so delightful. So as you've mixed this up, look, we've got this beautiful shade of this pink. It'll fill up a whole graham cracker crust is what I like to put in. You can use a sleeve of graham crackers, crush them up, use a stick of butter. I bought this one already pre-made. You can do anything you like. What is so neat about this recipe, it'll make 2 pies if you need, and also maybe you just want to put it in a bowl and put some graham crackers around it. You can have like a fruit dip with it. You smooth this all around. It's a little bit messy. I'll smooth this all around this pie filling, and you can decorate it. Some people will put chocolate chips on it. Some people will put more pecans. Maybe you like walnuts. You can substitute whatever you like. I think I have some cherries up here. You might want to use, I decorated this one with like a little flower cherry on top. I just had too much time on my hands last night, and I'm a night owl. I didn't go to bed. But you can throw some cherries right on the top, decorate it however you think your family would like best. And it's so easy to serve. And that's how you can make your cherry delight. Keep thankfulness, have an attitude of gratitude this Thanksgiving. And that's all you'll stick with the plans He has for you. Thanks for joining me today. I had fun making Cherry Delight with you. We love hearing all that God is doing in your life. And thank you for sharing this. New friends get to watch this because you are sharing this. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment. If you're on Facebook, like this page. We'll have a brand new video for you next week. And remember, every Tuesday, we are live. I'll see you then.